don't know anybody that's had a better month than VJ Edgecombe because he hasn't played basketball, but he just keeps on climbing higher and higher on draft boards. We officially have to ask the question, is VJ Edgecombe worthy of a top 3 pick? And I don't really care how cool his highlights look against a mid-major. I'm more concerned about how he performed against top competition, so let's look at some tape from his games against Arizona and Houston. I'm going to jump into some stuff I love about him, but I do have my concerns as well. VJ can turn one-on-one breaks into two-on-one breaks in the blink of an eye. Here's VJ hanging out on the weak side, and the second he sees that Baylor secures this board, you can see him load up and just take off. And unfortunately, this ends in a back tap and a turnover, but I think you can see what I'm talking about. This next clip is probably my single favorite clip of him if I were to convince that he is worthy of a top 3 pick. When he catches this ball, it's so clear that he has an extra gear and blow-by speed, and then just elevating to the rim with an easy two-hand dunk. I mean, you can just see that that first step is lethal, and if he gets ahead of steam going towards the bucket, good luck. His transition abilities are not just limited to offense, because this is a ridiculous chase down block on All-American LJ Cryer. Because of VJ's blow-by speed, defenders kind of hang back, but I think that's the wrong call with him, because if you give him that space, it allows him to accelerate. Alright, let's jump into some things that concern me about VJ. If he's not just on a beeline to the hoop and he has to change direction, he kind of struggles. And you can see Caleb Love take advantage of it there. And as much as VJ likes straight lines and slashing, he kind of struggles with any sort of curling motion. It's just not a very natural thing to him, and you can see it in a couple clips right now. The second big question mark for me with VJ is the fact that he's 6'4", but I don't really look at him as a natural point guard. Baylor played him at point quite a bit last year, but he was a lot more comfortable off the ball, and then it allows him to get out and run in transition, which he's best at. Obviously, guard skills at 6'4" are a necessity, and you can see he kind of fumbles the ball here, and then off this screen, it's just so clear to throw this pass to the big for an easy layup, and he just completely misses him. So whether or not he's running point, he's gonna need to develop some playmaking skills. I'd say the strongest reason that VJ has a high floor is because of his defensive instinct. He completely leaves his man here to get this steal on Juwan Roberts, and then the rest he does what he does best and finishes on the fast break. And here's a similar situation where he leaves Caleb Love and goes and gets this block on Townsend. And VJ just has a knack for sliding his feet and staying in front against Milos Uzan here, and that's just a tough cover and ends up in a steal. And here he is clamping up another tough cover in Caleb Love. And obviously those last 4 defensive plays that I just showed you, they're not just like pretty good defensive plays, like they're top notch. This guy for his age is elite defensively. He has some ability to dribble in front of defenders. He also has some playmaking ability. I'm not going to pretend like he's completely absent of that either. He has a decent catch and shoot game as well. There's something very mechanical about him in a Klay Thompson sense. I'd probably say that's the only comparison in his game that I'd make to Klay Thompson. There's just this mechanical style to the way he moves. I'm not big on comps, but I know you guys love him, so if I had to give a ceiling, I'd say a more robotic Victor Oladipo, and then as a floor, I would say a shorter version of Christian Brown.